Alright, today we're installing the Pioneer 1000 windshield. The one that we have here before us is the more resistant one. You can tell, one, it's because of the coating on it. If yours has a clear coating, it's just the standard windshield, just a standard windshield. This is the more expensive, more resistant one. It has the white coating on it. When you get your windshield, it's going to come boxed up to you with all of your instructions and such that you'll need for installing. The only thing you'll need is a Phillips head screwdriver and a 7/16 inch wrench. The first thing we want to do when we go to install this is we want to peel this plastic back just past these holes. One, it keeps us from getting our fingerprints on it while we're doing it. And number two is if there is any problem with the windshield, doesn't fit properly, it isn't give us the right height or whatever the case may be, you can return the windshield as long as the protective plastic is removed no further than just past the holes. So we're just going to do that real quick. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Brandon help me and have him hold this opposite side over here. Makes it a lot easier, especially on this one. It's just kind of how it fits back behind this hood slot right there. Behind the hood slot. There you go. Behind it. And to get that position, it's kind of hard. You can do it by yourself. I did the first ones as I was playing with this by myself, but you have an extra person to help you. That's makes this process easier. Now what we want to do at this point, we want to hook our bolts, nuts, lock washers on here. And basically what I do here is just barely thread those on. Not just getting the nut secured onto the bolt, nothing more. Because we're gonna need to adjust this before we secure the bolts down. And if you happen to have mirrors for this bike, if you have the low profile ones, usually you can just span them over the top. If you have a higher profile mirror, you may need to make a small cut in the windshield to accommodate for the thickness. If you do, I mean, you can just make the small cut down here, or you can make the small cut up here, just using the jigsaw or what have you. And I'm going to push this windshield down really tight. It needs to drop to where it sits about a 1/4 inch above the weld. So to get it nice and secured, it's almost easiest to tilt it down like that. Put some back pressure on your bracket and secure that guy up. And we just want to secure the bottom one here. We want to make sure this is compressed across here. That's part of the aspect of this. Again, on this stuff, just secure tight. You don't have to over tighten anything. It's got the lock washers and all that on there. And usually when I'm tightening it down, I put a little force forward on the windshield. Just come over to this side and repeat the process. Push down securely on the windshield. Get our bracket straight. Just push down. now we've got that on. Now that the bottom ones are secure, this is all set in place. It's not moving anywhere. So now we can just go ahead, tighten this top one. The reason you don't want to do the top ones is because until you got that is crank down one side, it's hard to then move the other side down because it's strapped to the roll bar too securely. So put that on there like that. Secure that down. Okay, now we basically have our windshield installed for the most part. You can have this L bracket. It's a support bracket between your roll bar and your windshield to give you additional structural support. We're going to be putting this on the roll bar, and that's going to wrap around the crossbar basically, and it's going to sit just like that. So that's how you want to put it on. So what we're going to do is put this on there first. The clamp on there. Put our bolt nut and lock washer, which I'm sure is hard to see because of that mirror that's right there. But I'm just securing that to the crossbar. And get that up there. And it's going to almost sit straight forward. So I'm going to get that up there pretty close to where I want it to be. And then I'll finish securing it when I do this. Okay, so we have our bracket set in place, and like I said, I tighten that down pretty good tight with my fingers there. We'll secure that in just 1 second once we find the perfect alignment for it. Now what we want to do is we're ready to tilt our windshield up. Just bring that here. And what we try to do on all of our windshields is to get the best amount of clearance, is that some roofs have a little bit of a dish to them, so we just make it a bit taller, push it a little bit. Same thing when you go to pull it out, is you're going to push it out just a little bit. So you got to tilt it down. So it's not, and if you want less, you can just lift up on that. It's not a real big deal. You'll know when you have your brace right, because it's going to push off, it's going to push your windshield about a ½ inch or so off of the roll bar here at the top. It causes a flex in the windshield. It makes the windshield more rigid when you're going down the road, makes it more sturdy. So what I'm doing is just adjusting that bracket inside here so that I'm getting, why don't you pull just a cross angle here so you can see. So I'm just getting that, and now once I have that, I'm going to secure this bolt down nice and tight there. And we're basically done. For me, the easiest thing on this center support is just to jump up on the tire and throw this on. What we want to do is just secure the windshield down a little bit so that we know pretty much where it's at. When we go to secure the windshield down, we're going to use our same Velcro straps we used to secure it in the up position in the down position. So we're going to take our first Velcro strap, smooth side facing us, clip to the front. Second strap, smooth side facing us, clip to the front. And want that about right there so you can wrap your Velcro strap around. And then I'm just going to snug that down a little like that. Just like that. Doesn't need to be too much because I need some flex there so I can get it out. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Again, smooth side facing me, clip to the front. Windshield. Now that we have this strap down, and as you can see, no matter how hard I push on, I can push on that really hard and it won't flex down to touch those other ones. If you want, you can put a bumper out here if you like. Don't see a great advantage to it. Now that I have that kind of down, I know where my windshield is going to go basically. That's where it's going to sit. So I'm going to set that bumper so that it the windshield basically spans it. Sits in the middle of the bumper. Like that one. Put that right there. Now, what I'm going to do to give this additional protection, I may have to lift that windshield. Nope, I didn't get it. Take that guy and set him on here now. Okay, so now we are complete install. How to use your windshield. Let's go over that. So, since I have it up in this one, show the up position. So we just said give that little push right there in the center. Push that back. Put our center support in. Lined up. Jump up here and put this guy on. And we send you a wing nut for this one right here so it's easy to take on and off. Again, we're going to put our straps through here. Smooth side facing us. It's always smooth side facing us. Straps go on just like that. Take those, pull them around. Take that, pull it around. Going to do the exact same thing over on this side, obviously. Now, we're out on the trail. It's dusty, it's hot, whatever the case may be. We just pop our windshield down. So, easy enough. Jump up, release our little wing nut. Release our straps. Pop our windshield down. And now that the windshield's off, you can see how that lays up nice and clean on those. This bracket can just stay here. Throw it on with your wing nut. So it's ready to go when you need the windshield in the up position. As well as being the way we tow, and our windshields are designed to be towed only in the down position, just like this. Also, this is one of the couple major advantages to ours. One is you have flexibility in your windshield, having it up or down, having a full windshield when you need it, half when you want it. But it also makes it's the easiest windshield on the market to clean and keep from scratching. You tilt your windshield down just like this. You rinse it off with water. Most important thing on all windshields, unless it's a tempered glass one, and tempered glass ones won't scratch, but be careful, they'll break. You tilt this down, rinse it off with water. It's the most important thing you do with them is rinse them off with water first. Then dry it off with a clean cloth, you're good to go. So if I go out mudding or something like that, I just throw a gallon of water in the back of mine so that if I get it filthy, which I will, I can just rinse it off real easy and go back and get it filthy all over again. So the way to clean it, tilt it down. Way to tow it, tilt it down. Obviously, once you've rinsed off the inside for cleaning, tilt it up, wash off the outside, now you have a nice clean windshield. Now we're going to tow it, or we're going to be riding around with it down. We're going to take these straps, again, smooth side facing us, clip to the front, smooth side facing us, clip to the front. Okay, after I never really installed this to, when I'm making the first ones, don't really secure them down, but I'm going to include 2 more bumpers here because actually when you flex that down it could hit that, so we don't want to mar up the UTV at all. So just going to push that down real tight, and so in case it hits, where would it hit? And just put an extra bumper there. So now that we've got that, we've got these, and when we go to tow this, that's why I just put that bumper on there. I want that thing pulled tight. Tight, tight, tight. And this is going to wrap around. That wants to slide down a little bit. You don't want it to slide down that far, because if it slides down that far, it makes it hard for it to strap back on. So let's just pull that up a little bit. And you see with that, we're double Velcroing this. So when you see in the instructions where it says double Velcroed, what that means is that we've got it Velcroed. This one is wrapping, it's secured to the inside one is secured to the outside one, so that if, in case one of them happens to come unhooked, you're covered. You're going to do the same thing over here. Take this. It's always a process of figuring out this final piece right here. And make sure everything's good. But like I said, you want to keep that up just a little bit because it wants to coast down, and we don't want it to coast down. Secure that down like that. Wrap that around inside of there. And then you just grab that tab when you go to unhook it, and easy enough to take it on and off. Now, as you can see, this thing is not moving. It's secured. It's designed to be towed down the road, just like that. This is how we design our windshields, so they have the greatest functionality to them, matching up to whatever roofs you have. Just reminded of two very important things: never, ever, 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 ever use on plastic: Loctite or Windex. Loctite is made for steel, will cause plastic to explode. If you read on the directions, it says not to use it for plastics. And Windex has ammonia and other things into it that for plastics can cause pitting. So you do not want to use either of those on your windshield because it will destroy it, and it's not something that's warranted. So you want to make sure that that you don't use those products. Just use water to rinse it off, and use what we give you to secure it onto your UTV. We thank you so much for your business, and if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call.